Welcome, friends. Today we are doing another live stream. Marvelous. So, how are we? Are we doing all right? It's warm in here, I won't lie to you. It's warm in here. I need to take my jumper off because it's too warm for ducks. Oh my god. Ugh. What's happening, friends? How are you keeping? Oh, have we been busy? Have we been good? What you been up to? Tell me. It's what? 10 days now left of my autumn and winter rotation, friends. 10 days left. You bitch you. How the fuck did that happen? How? Doesn't seem 5 minutes since I did that stream where I changed the whole rotation around. God. Welcome, Anoush. How art thou? What is happening? Excuse me whilst I hydrate. That was delightful. I've got some messages. What's going on here? I keep getting messages off eBay trying to get us to buy shit, you know what I mean? I'm like, I don't want to buy shit. The last things I want to do. Buy shit? God. Although I have been buying shit. Be left in no doubt. I have been buying things, friends. I've kind of fallen off the wagon a little bit. Excuse me, I'll show you one of the things I've bought. I have bought me, or will I show you one of the things I bought? Yes, I will. In fact, I'll show you both of the things I've bought because I'm not going to unbox them. Give me a second. Yes, Dev, I did notice that they both called you sir. How do you feel, sir? Oh, God, where have I put it? Aha! Outrageous. Utter skill I've utilised there. Went into where I store all my backups and stuff. So room's pitch black, right? Got up to the cupboard. Reached into the cupboard, into the dark, picked up what I'd bought straight away, first thing. Brilliant. So, bearing in mind this is not the sum total of what I've been buying, even though I shouldn't have been buying. And they are both backups. The bros are taking the piss out of Prodi. We can't have that. Wankers. Release the quacking. That's right, Bob. Good morning, Antonio. Hello, DJ, Michael, John, Dev, Stephen Tampin, Kratos, Dev again, MG wearing Incident Diplomatique. Stephen is wearing Habit Rouge. Anoush, welcome to you. Dev is doing education. He's been knighted by both Jonathan and Anoush. Andreish is here wearing Toy Boy from a sample. Getting sirred feels nice, I'll take your word for it a minute. Evening, Joe, how are you? I've got some samples to send. So Dev has a nice ring to it. Going to Stronger With You from Amber Supreme wearings feels comedic. I can imagine, mate. I'm trying to sell my parfum de Molly that my friend gifted and the bros are taking the piss, says Dev. We can't have that. Just watch Waft from the Lofts do a review of Zara perfume and loving it. What, you were loving it or they were loving it? Scent of the day, Santal, Sultan Pasha, Tobacco Rum. Tobacco, says DJ. Joe is doing good. They were loving it, were they? Hey, I'll tell you, it happens, you know. Every once in a while, you can have the most, like, high-end, artsy, fucking indie, niche, fucking vintageist vintage, right? You can have some of the greatest fragrances ever committed to fucking bottle, right? And then every once in a while, like, Jean-Paul Gaultier will come along, or fucking Mugler will come along, or in this case, Zara will come along and just blow your socks off. You know, with what it's a constant menace. You know what I mean? Because you've got to roll back on all that shit where you've been like, oh yes, I only like the good stuff. I like elite stuff these days. And then you get this animal inside you that goes, nah, here's a £10 fucking job from Zara. Dirty little thing. Send someone who, like, you know, like a friend of a friend to go and pick it up for you, you know. Zara leather in the women's section for $25.99, and by all accounts, it's in their exclusive range. Who'd have guessed? It happens. It has happened to the best of us. It happened to me many times. You know what I mean? If you'd have told me I'd have liked anything Gucci released in this bottle, I'd have shot you with shit. Not you, Joe, but like if someone had said that, I'd have been like, shut up. But this is absolutely outrageous. I wore this again this week. This is a sensational fragrance. It happens. Do you know what else I really like as well? I'll tell you. Since you, not that you asked, you know what I mean? I'll tell you what I really like, but I never wear it, but I keep it around because it was really cheap, right? And I just like the smell of it. It's this. It's this. That is exactly what it looks like, right? That is Nivea. That is Nivea cream, a perfume. You know? Insane. Insane scenes. It shouldn't be allowed. There you are. Sorry, friends. Sorry, I've gone a little bit quiet there. Good evening, Juro. I'm burning a candle. Today's candle, I will show you these fragrances I've been buying, but today's candle is Diptyque's Tea. This is a tea candle, would you believe? I'm thinking of doing a fundraiser. I'm thinking of doing a fundraiser for my mate's cat. The cat is unwell and they have breached their insurance limit of £4,000. And they're having to pay for it, and it is their baby. I was thinking about doing that, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I think they'd be fucking. Well, I think fucking me mate. It's Richie G's cat. Tea candle sounds nice. How is it? A little bit spicy. It's not a pure tea fragrance. It feels like it's got like cardamom, a little bit of milk, maybe. I do mean a little bit. It's a good candle though, and it was like a rare. It was very hard to find. I had to order this directly from Diptyque. You know, I couldn't find this in my local shop. I've actually got another couple of candles. I bought a backup of Sapin, which is their Christmas candle. And I have a... What else have I got? I've got a Fil de Levant and a Bois de Feu. I've got a Bois de Feu candle as well by Diptyque. Diptyque candles are my favourite ones. Also, I'm a massive fan... I'm just going to take this away. I am a massive fan, right, of that fragrance I smelled yesterday, Diptyque's Vetiverio. The Vetiverio EDT is lovely. I'm not going to be buying a bottle. I'm not buying a bottle of any of those. But huge fan. Huge fan of the Diptyque Vetiverio EDT. The EDP is the one I have. It's extremely warm in here. God. Let's get it out. Giggity. Ugh. Oh. There's Vetiverio, friends. That's my EDP, and that lacks the kind of summery, grapefruity, zingy, fresh, light kind of vibe that the EDT has. The EDT would be fantastic on a woman. Really nice. A young woman as well, you know? Has anyone tried Bath de Soie by Sergeuton? I'm currently bidding on a bottle of that. I've got bottle mania at the minute. I'm going through that stage. Like, I mean, don't get us wrong. The fragrances I've been buying are outrageous, and like they're all backups. These, and they're all brilliant backups. I got a message off Natalia the other day, looking out for her. She was like, "I hope you're not hiding your emotions behind all those perfumes." And I was like, you know, when you put it like that, you might be right. You know, you might be right, mate. I can't argue with your fucking insight there. That is pretty sound. Oh, Escada. Oh, stop knocking shit over. I've got an extremely fucking outrageous perfume called Parfum d'Hermès that I think a news gifted us this. Yeah, they sold me or gifted us it, and it's fucking massive. Massive! Not the bottle, just the fragrance, like. Oh. And also, does anyone have any experience with this? The original diesel fragrance, friends. The original diesel fragrance before they turned into shit. I saw Joey Cannoli yesterday, and he was rocking Masculine Plus Plus in the white bottle with the milk carton, and I got that fragrance off a teenage girlfriend. I was a teenager as well, man. Calm down. I was 17, she was 16, and she excuse me whilst I hydrate. She bought me the Diesel Masculine, and I loved it. It was it had cows on it, and on the box, and it had cows on it, and it had a milk bottle shape. It was like the box was a milk carton, and ironically, the girl who gave us it had huge udders. So that was fun. But I'm interested in learning more about this fragrance. Tell us about it, Rich. I'm interested in that diesel. Well, I was hoping that you'd be able to tell me, because I don't know much about it. I haven't worn it yet. I really should. It is from the days when Diesel was not a completely trash brand, you know? Which was, I mean, it was a while back, that. Let's not take the piss. Let us not take the piss, you know. What are we doing here? Ugh. Do you know, I still can't find my bottle of Monsieur. Where has it gone? Where has it gone? I've got my bottle of Lagerfeld's Cologne Natural Spray. That is a Ramsey favourite. He put me onto that. Very nice. Very, I don't want to say boozy, but like, it's got this lactonic, musky, iris kind of fragrance. Whoa! Just losing my balance there. What the fuck? The floorboards aren't playing ball. What the fuck are you doing? Fucking idiot floorboards. Christ. Fuel for Life holds sentimental value and is actually a good fragrance. I've been curious about older stuff from the house, says Jonathan. This is good sauce. Well, it was before I put it away. What we got? I grew up being choked to death on Red Door, says DJ. Is Monsieur still in the box? No, it's not. I've had it out, man. It's somewhere. I just don't know where. I'm hoping it's lurking like at the back where I can't see it. Like, we will find out when we do our rotation. Now we've got 30 people in here. Does everyone want to drop their scent of the day? And when you do, I will tell you what mine is. In fact, I may not even wait to tell you what mine is. There's my vial pour on. Oh, there you go. Joe is wearing Balam. Hello, Michael Harness. Bob is wearing Michael Harness. Bob is wearing Michael Harness. Bob is wearing Balam, and so is Joe. Spaced Out is wearing Lidge EDT. I'm looking forward to maybe wearing that in the spring. A couple of bottles of that. I think I prefer the EDP, like Bobby Twinning. My scent of the day today was a very recent purchase. Bob is wearing Michael as a harness. Frag Dad is wearing Mitsuko EDP. I was just playing with my Mitsuko EDT there. No, my fragrance of the day, which I shall now reapply, is this, a new fragrance. A new fragrance to my collection, and it is Labs by Unum. Unum. Oily stuff on my hands, says Bob. Hey, matey, has been cold and stormy here. Sun is out finally. I felt like wearing my sample of Louis Vuitton L'Immensity today. Balam is just stunningly beautiful. I don't get oiliness, Bob. Just sprayed a bit of Cardinal on my hand. Wow. Cardinal by who? Cardinal by James Healy. Hello, Bri. Cardinal by James Healy or Cardinal by Zoologist? Zoologist, if you will. I'm liking this, though. Spaced Out says, thinking about getting Iris Poudre reminds me of those rainy spring and summer days. I've got my Iris Poudre right here. Right here. Can you see it? This right here. Mine is an older ball. Dura just made an outrageous statement today to me and Duck. Dura's a pervert for that. Like, I couldn't believe he said that. I phoned the police immediately. I was the Garda, if you will. It was a scandalous thing. It was a scandalous utterance. You know, it was an outrage. I was outraged. I might put my candle out. Pardon me. I do beg your pardon. Ooh. I've got 3 lids for my diptychs. You can sell them on eBay for fucking silly money, you know. You get like 25 quid for each one. I've seen them going for. It's crazy. Fucking buyers be tripping. Philomena is wearing Amouage Dear Woman today, says Phyllis. Welcome, Phyllis. The current formulation is out of Iris Poudre didn't wow me. I can put in some of my vintage Iris Poudre. It smells like a different fragrance. It's unbelievable. I really don't like the new Iris Poudre. The vintage one is absolutely beautiful, and it is very different. It is very different. It just is. Sometimes it's not, and sometimes it is, and in this case, it is. Thank you, Rich. That is super generous. That is quite all right. It is my pleasure. Joe? Joe is lovely. We like Joe in this house. Ooh. Am I the only one who doesn't give a shit about lids? No. Yes. No. So don't get us wrong, right? If there was no other way I could get a fragrance, then fuck the lid. You know what I mean? But I would like the lid where possible, you know? I would like the lid where possible. Creed Pure White Cologne. What an awful name. An awful name from an awful group of people. What do you mean, DJ? Like the caps of perfume bottles, or did you misspell lidge? That Healy might need some of my attention. Selling around by Healy, on the other hand, is lovely. The caps, Dev. Right. Fuck it. I am going to reveal to you the 3 fragrances I have backed up. And there is one to come, which I may do a fucking unboxing on because it's fucking outrageous. But anyway, first up, I decided to back up this Serge Lutens. It was going for a steal. I got this for 58 quid. Bargain. Bargain. Ooh. Oh, just one bad soir. Right. Anybody got any experience with bad soir? Bad soya? Green, floral, iris. Hyacinth, iris, galbanum. Oh, fucking hyacinth. I'm not sure how I feel about hyacinth. Not to worry. I've got a vintage Surge for 50 quid. We will see, friends. We will see. I've got Bois de Miel, and it's fucking glorious. Erin, welcome. Vile Zibeline Parfum de Toilette Civet Iris Honey Old School Beauty. That does sound nice. That definitely does sound nice. What do we have here? Okay. Small price to pay for a vintage Surge. My Surge collection grows. Daryl Squared, welcome. My order is in. I like to pay instantly when I buy things on eBay. Fucking about. That shit's awful. That's some lovely enchanted forest. Anyhow, Serge Lutens. La Religieuse. Nice. I'm a fan. La Religieuse, white floral, you may be asking yourselves. And rightly so, because it is a white floral. What am I doing? Well, it's all right. I don't love it, though. Released in 2015, it is jasmine, musk, incense, and civet. This is a tolerable jasmine on me. I don't hate this. There's one spray. And it's going there. Phyllis says, see, this is really nice. Right? It might be a little bit feminine, but that's because I associate jasmine and musk with females, you know? But this is really nice. It smells like a bathroom after a lady's had a bath, you know? All the products, a little bit powdery, a little bit musky, a little bit fresh. I always get backups of tolerable fragrances, says Brian. That's because you don't tolerate fragrances very well. Bois de Soie's very nice and balanced, floral, feminine one. Don't think you'll wear it a lot, says Euro. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Duck getting florals outrageous. Well, I imagine one day I'll come round to them a bit. You know? Spaced Out says, I love surge fragrances, but they don't suit my style personally. I enjoy the artistry more than the utility. Thinking I'm sampling Filippo on Monday. Match the other one. Monday, match the other one can wait. Mitch, I think you mean. Okay. Backups is for certain people, and I'm not certain people. Certainly not certain people. Colour purple, says Carl Charles. Welcome, Carl Charles. Anyway, I think this is very nice. I may give this to someone. I don't know. I don't know is the answer. All right? Leave me alone. Anyhow, let's have a look, shall we, friends? Where's my hydration? Come back. I might have to open a window. What a builder in yesterday. The ghosts might be about to be evacuated, you know. For £58, I'll buy it off you. Plus shipping. Deal. It's really nice. Deal, Joe, deal. Oh my giddy aunt. I've got a sweat on. That was exciting, Joe. Was it good for you? Dear me. Right, less of that. Next up, we have a vintage bottle of something that I definitely had no doubts about, you know. So that religious was actually really nice. I just would not spray it. I just would not wear it. You know what I mean? So it'll go to a good home in Joe. Anyhow, right. Stop procrastinating, Mitch. The next is a vintage fragrance that I absolutely love and was wowed by. And by vintage, I mean it's a previous vintage. Maybe it's just the discontinued fragrance rather than a vintage. This is not an old fragrance by any means, right? But you will remember that recently, a few months ago, I bought this fragrance from Peter Kokorin, and I was fucking delighted, mate. I was delighted. And the fragrance in question is this little number, and it is a little number. This is an Amouage Attar. And this one is called Al Andaluz. It's a tiny little number. Look at you, eh? Yes, there's a guy on Base Notes selling loads of Amouage Attars. This is beautiful. This is absolutely stunning. This is going to get such a wearing in the spring. And probably the summer as well. Right? This is Clary Sage for me. It's so fresh and so crisp. So natural smelling. You know, now that's not to say that it's got like natural ingredients. Nice, Mitch. Got it from my mate. I did get it from your mate. Thank you very much, DJ. Put me onto this, man. Oh, it's so nice. It's like, it's got this shaving foam-esque vibe, but it's so much more than that. It's so much more than shaving foam, but when you smell it, it just smells like crisp, clean man. You know, got a little bit of herbalness. Rich, did you see those Zerjoff butt plug bottles? I've heard about them. I don't think I've seen them. Ramsey will be doing his fucking ends about that. He'll be raging. No, but this is absolutely stunning. This is one of my favourite purchases of last year. It was on my top 20 for 2022 pickups, you know. An absolutely sensational fragrance. Beautiful. And this is a backup, but this is in a black box, right? And the vintage one, the older one I have, is in a white box. Yes, it's white. Al Andalus by Amouage. Aromatic. Rosemary, clary sage, Amalfi lemon, oak moss, geranium, lily of the valley, African orange flower, sandalwood, musk. It's beautiful. Has anyone tried Zara Leather Jardin? What, Leather Garden? Sounds unusual. Off from the Loft just did a video on it. Sounds really interesting. It's dirt cheap too. Black is the second release, white is the first. Yes, that's right. Still, the black one's really nice. I'm gonna wear this a lot this year. You can expect to see this in the rotation muchly. You know, lovely jubbly. The new box, the new junk that tars are in. Antonio, welcome to you. Anyway, third, last but not least, and it is not least, I got myself a vintage backup, right? A vintage backup of this. Louder for Men. Now, you can tell this is a vintage backup, right? Because it hasn't got the 3-digit Estee Lauder batch codes on. It's got the old 5-digit batch codes on, right? And you can also see, because on the newer bottles, it has the website written on. I got a bottle from like the early 2000s, and Estee Lauder was quick out the block, right, with their website. And they had the website plastered everywhere in like the early 2000s. This is from the early 90s, apparently. We can see on the box, if you look, if you can look, if it will focus, or if it's going to be a dick, it's going to be a dick, friends. Alcohol, fragrance, water, that's it. So that's usually a really good sign. But I've sprayed it. It smells amazing. This is a backup. It's got the green. It's not the original. I've got a gold cap, but this is the green and gold cap. They went to a fully green cap later in the day. But this appears to be, I mean, the spray is shocking, but it always was. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Oh, this is white shirt material, you know. Going to work in the spring, in the summer, you put on your white shirt. Duck back in 2022 buying spree for me, but says Brody. I'm not that far off. I'm not as bad as I was before. I'm not as bad as I was before, mate, but I've definitely fallen off the wagon in this last week. I don't know what's happened. I don't know if I've been feeling anxious. I don't know if I've been feeling inspired, feeling a little bit kind of silly or down. I haven't been feeling too well, you know. I haven't been on top form, I've got to be honest. But I've been worse. So buying fragrances does take the edge off, I won't lie, you know. I'm going to do a video about this. I've talked about this before. Do these improve the collectone? The collectone? Yes. So the only one I would have the doubt about would be La Religieuse, because I wouldn't wear it. But it was a surge, you know. So it was a vintage surge as well. So I wanted to give it a good home. I wanted to just have it, because I would, even if I stopped collecting fragrances, right? Hopefully that never happens. But stranger things have happened. I never thought Christo would sell off his collection, but Christo has sold off his collection mainly. I mean, I'm sure he's still got a few fragrances, but I know a lot of people who have bought a lot of fragrances off Christo. So if it can happen to Christo, it can happen to the best of it, you know. If I was to stop collecting, fragrances, I would still collect those vintage Serge Lutens. Christo sold his collection. He sold a lot of his collection off. Probably was betting on you getting back into form, says bit up, Bob. The urge for surge is the new need for speed. Yes, I am having a surge of surge. It's not great. Only need Iris Silver Mist and De Profundis in my life. I wouldn't mind a vintage Iris Silver Mist, I must admit. There's a bottle on eBay. It's not the vintage though, so I'm not really interested. Joe says, honestly, Rich, a lot of people take up hobbies in order to fill a hole or as a way of distracting themselves, me included. It's a heck of a lot easier than facing what troubles us. No, I would agree. I would agree, Joe. Bryce says, yeah, I bought a good amount of bottles of Christo in the past few months. Yeah. So, if it can happen to Christo, it can happen to anyone, you know. I think Christo fell out of love with the community. I don't want to put words into his mouth, you know what I mean. But I think he became disenchanted with the community. The community he joined and started and was part of in the early days is not the community that it is now. So, there we go. Un bois for me. Is that the Religieuse, the Surge one? Yes. Even his beloved Comme des Garçons? I don't know. I don't know which ones. It's her posting sales publicly. Sorry, Bo? John? It's he posting sales publicly. I don't know. Ask Bri. Bri knows how to get in touch with it. Might be through Instagram or something. But I know a lot of his... Bri says, what's that like? It is a white floral. Joe, if you're interested in any other white floral surges, I've got a couple. Oh no, we've already discussed these, have we not? Nuit de Salafin and Fleur d'Oranger. Christo, we've already discussed these, but I would let these go as well, frankly. I've got them up on eBay. Loads of people watching them. They're the Palais Royale versions as well. How does La Religieuse compare to Alan Oui? Pass. Pass. I haven't got enough experience with Alan Oui to offer a... I haven't got enough experience with it, mate, to offer a coherent He sold all this vintage Serge already, Paroli. I bet he made a fucking fortune as well. God. Oh, dear me. I wouldn't have let go of those vintage Serge quite so easily, but there you go. Serge is pretty shite though, so it's okay. Bro, you're a fucking evil man. Don't make us come over there, sunshine. Oh. Fleur d'Oranger, that one is massively floral. Maybe in time I could get used to it. I'll say something, right? I mean, not about Africa, not about the Fleur d'Oranger, but the Nuit de Salafan, right? The Nuit de Salafan, that's got something of the La Religieuse about it, right? So I smell this. It's not bad. It is floral and it's a little fruity to me. And it's that floral fruitiness which sort of gives it this kind of... It's got all the paraphernalia too, look. Sorry, I'm not trying to sell it to you, but like, I just love the old Serge thing where it had the booklet and it had the little bit of writing. Just everything was quality. Like this paper feels like quality. You know what I mean? And it just doesn't look quality. Serge doesn't come across as quality anymore. Vintage Santal de Mysore and Irish Silver Mist are the only two I'm curious about at the minute. Well, there's a guy from Canada trying to sell half a bottle of vintage Santal de Mysore for $1,000. So if that's what you're into, mate, and you've got $1,000 spare, he thinks you're an idiot, so go and buy it off him. The fucking scandalous bastard. Oh, shit. Well, it wouldn't be a Rich Mitch stream if I didn't fucking throw some extremely rare and vintage perfume around. Excuse me, whilst I destroy everything. Santal de Mysore is really thick. It's spaced out. It is overrated for what it is. Well, that's good to know. Ooh. Okay, so we put that on there, we put that on there. There we are. Hello, Ramsey. Welcome to... Oh, sorry. Got excited there when Ramsey came in and just shoved the camera around. Ramsey is wearing Santa Maria Novella Acqua da Cuba today. Nice. Water from Cuba. It is true indeed, as Ramsey revealed yesterday, I have managed to source myself a vintage bottle with the gold leaf label of Peau d'Espagne from a chap from France, you know? A chap from France has sent me... Well, he hasn't sent us it yet. He's not coming until Easter. So it's going to be a while before you see any of these vintage perfumes that he's sold to me, you know? But looking forward to it, friends. Looking forward to it. Huh? Which of you smelled Irish Silver Mist in bell jar? Not from a bell jar, no, but I have smelled the vintage one. You know? I admit it. I have smelled the vintage one. That's very nice. Honestly, this attar is absolutely fucking beautiful. Santa is unavailable in Israel. How predictable. Don't know that the Israelis believe in Santa, do they? And I thought my praise of modern designer bottle was blasphemy enough, bro. You're blatantly poking the bear. That's what he's doing. It doesn't compare to mine. Nose Eleanor Way is outstanding, gorgeous. Oh, is it the one I sent your way? No, not that attar. This is the attar. This is the one that I bought. This attar is the one. Hello, Nick. As for Klaus, there's a giant Christmas tree in Jaffa every December. Ah. It's not in the whole of Israel. Look at the inside of this bottle, man. There's like padding on the inside of it. I don't know if you can see that. Can you? Can you see? There's like fur. You know what I mean? Just like caressing the bottle as it sits in state. I'm going to put it back in its little... I'm sorry, what the attar there? It is Al Andalus by Amouage. This is the second version. I have the first version. Looks like velvet. Nice. Richie J's wife does not like velvet. It makes her shudder. She's not a fan. There is Joe's La Religieuse. Pardon me. Lovely. Very nice. Pardon me. Is eBay the best option for selling? Depends. Anyone else just not get the point of marijuana perfumes? I agree. It looks like velvet. I'm sorry, what a toss. Well, the whole of Israel. Top 10 Dior Privé. Go, says that. Right, don't have a top 10, mate. I haven't even got 10. And anyway, me and Eugene are supposed to be doing a video, possibly with Rudy. I don't know if Rudy knows about this yet, though. But we're supposed to be doing a video on Eugene's channel. Also, next week, this coming week, we are doing our top 10 leathers of all time. One day this coming week, one day. Maybe Tuesday, Wednesday. Who knows? Antonio Hobson, Iris Silver Mist is similar to Iris by Xerjoff or Iris Nazarena by Iris de Medistus. Sorry, Paolo. That leathery, carroty makeup, cold iris. Paolo, have you ever smelled... Oh, why? Have you ever smelled this? There's a name for a fragrance for you. This is Iris Cendre, or Iris Cendre. This is by Naomi Goodsir, and it is one of the best iris fragrances I have smelled. It is fabulous. This is a high-end iris, I shit thee not. Oh, it's so waxy, so irisy, so very irisy and waxy. And good evening, Paolo. Piroli says, I want a bottle of that. I highly recommend it to you, mate. Viva Naomi Goodsir. Rich, not that one, or I just don't remember. I don't own any Naomi Goodsir. This one, if you like your carroty, waxy, cold irises, Paolo, will drive you up the wall. It is fantastic, mate. It really is. Hello, Pat Lester. Scent of the day is Nightflower by Eris. It reminds me of Musk Ravageur, mostly the dry down, but so far from the discovery set, I really like Green Spell and Mar Bait. I bought M XXX. It's a lot more animalic. That ambergris is a lot more animalic than it's a lot more animalic than I remember. This is the perfume Peter made for it. Literally the perfume. I'm going to have to wear this. Peter's in deepest India at the minute. Having a nice time. Probably interfering with some monkeys. But not like that. Jesus. He's probably like going where the monkeys go. So he can talk to them and play with them and have a nice time. He loves a good monkey. What's up, Rich? Hello, Abe. Abe has now got a channel, friends. Abe has got a channel. So he did a video about... What did you do a video about, Abe? He did a video about Amouage Les Abstraits. Let's have a look. We'll put the link to his channel in the chat if you all want to. Abe is here. Honest Abe. You know, there he is. If anybody wants to go and subscribe and watch his videos, I'm sure he'll be a natural at it. Sometimes just sit in front of the camera, sitting in front of the camera and just talking about perfume gets easier, you know. Ricky Tomatoes, Mitch, tell me you have Voyage de Hermes. I do not. I bought the parfum recently and it's all I wear these days. I don't have it. Sorry about that. I'll have to let you down there. I doth not have it. I do not have it. Thank you so much, Rich. Yes, a mini haul. What? There was no mini about it, mate. You got some fucking outrageous stuff. Voyage Hermes kind of bores me. Says spaced out, not a bad fragrance though. It was Ramsey who told me you would start at a channel. Already subbed to Abe, says John. I expect to see his subs go up. I am sure Abe is one of us. He will not become a shill. He will not become someone who tells lies on the YouTube. He is honest, Abe. He has 12 subscribers as of the time of me posting the link to his channel. Thanks for the shout out. Long time commenter, first time uploaded after lurking for so long. Thanks, Jonathan. I enjoy your content as well. That's a good point, Jonathan. Where the fuck have your videos been, eh? Aye. I bet he thought he was gonna get away with it. Did you? Think nobody would notice? Jonathan hasn't uploaded for a while, the young rascal. Pat says he dislikes Marbait. Not that he likes Marbait. I think if I'm going to have a fragrance like that, I'm going to be wearing Koros, frankly. I'm looking forward to wearing Koros in the spring. Abe now has 17 subscribers. There you go. It's much more like it. Getting the big time. Working on tech and equipment, Rich. Have it sorted soon. Still lazy to start a channel. You are too lazy to start a channel, Pradeep. Thanks y'all for the support. I appreciate it, says Abe. No worries. Currently, I cannot upload anymore due to the sheer fact that there are 0 new samples on me at the minute. Student life means I spend less on samples. Well, that's life, I'm afraid. It's cool, though. It's cool. I'm looking forward to my video with Eugene this week. Been thinking about my favourite leathers. I don't think you'll be shocked. There'll be a couple of surprises. That stuff will be higher than some other stuff, but we'll see. We'll see. One from the great Anuj and the other from Eugene, says Dev. Thank you, Anuj, says Abe. Nobody needs to hear my Indian accent. Why not? DJ is back. Abe, what's the name of your channel? I mean, it is literally just Abe. I mean, that's his channel right there. I posted the link to it up above, Paroli. If you scroll up, you will find the link to his channel. Abe is here, says Paolo. We need more Riches, Jonathan. Ramsey, Eugene in the game, says Antonio. I'm with Rich, Pradeep. I'd listen. See? Joe would listen. Ooh, my Sunday night Indians is under threat tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to get an Indians. The one I had last week, me and my mate were really looking forward to having this Indians last week, right? And we got the Indians, got it home, ate it, and it was fucking tasteless as fuck. There was no taste. It was shit. We both got a Rogan Josh, and it just wasn't, mate. It just wasn't, you know. Ooh, Abe's got 20 subs. Couldn't come up with something clever, says Abe. How many people are here watching? Sunday night Chinese, mate. Nah, the Chinese restaurants around here are shit. Shit. Kung Pao chicken. Special fried rice. I don't like fish. I don't do fish. So if there's any fish in them words you just uttered, you're onto a loser, mate. I do apologise, but it's not happening. I can't be dealing with fish. Good Lord. I don't know. What's going on? Does anybody know how I run polls? I think you've got to do that in... desktop, don't you? Which is upsetting. Mocha will do. No, I will get an Indians. I got some burgers the other day from the butchers, and I'm just fucking looking at these burgers thinking, there's no way. There is just no way. You know what I mean? It's just absolutely no chance, mate. Can't be chewed with burgers. Fuck that. Is the labo worth trying? No. They're shite. Unlucky. From what I heard, if you go to the Amouage factory in Muscat, you can still get first generation of TARS. Who's in? Oh, can you still get first generation, like, Jubilation 25? Because I'm up for that. I'm definitely up for that. I mean, you live closer than me, so if you go, I'll send you the money. You go, and see you later, Paroli. Not that one, Rich. Oh. Speaking of incense, I should order some incense from that website Peter linked in his video. My body smells good, but my room needs improvement, says Dev. Ooh. This Unum by Filippo Sorcinelli is beautiful. Like, it really is a very good perfume. I like it a lot. I got a sample set from him. Did some first impressions and thought, nah, I'm not going to buy any of them, but kept going back to that. This is the problem with first impressions. I like doing first impressions because everybody has them, but they have limited... I mean, I hate to say this, I don't want to shit on myself here, but they have limited... I've got limited, they're of limited value, actually, I think. Paula says, Unum have great fragrance, incense. Excuse me a second, somebody has texted me. Unum has batshit teasers on YouTube. Yeah, he is. He's mad as a fucking 10-bob watch. Give us a second. What do you expect from an eccentric Italian? 2 seconds, I'm just texting someone. Let's see what we got. Right, I'm back. Click, click, click. Yeah, I need to turn that noise off on the phone. Like, if anybody is of the mind to like the stream, you are more than welcome to do this. I appreciate it greatly if that's the sort of thing you're into. My Amouages are all first gen. Oh, Polo, you rascal. Me too, Ramsey. Current formulation Jubilation is a shell of its former self. Like Galen says, the only problem with free bottles is I'm not getting enough of them, says Dev. That is a funny quip that Galen has come out with, as Galen is wont to do. But if we're being serious, it's a separate point away from what Galen says. Free bottles have absolutely fucked the community, like. absolutely fucked it. They've hot shotted the fucking com, and it's a nightmare. Like, everything, the plight of the community now is not great. The quality's gone down, you know? The quality of the community, the quality, especially of the YouTube community, you know? I imagine the Instagram community's always been an absolute shithole. Too many used car salesmen. Yeah, it is. Even MXXX is being gifted. Barbara Herman made overtures towards me. She reached out and said she didn't offer to send me a free bottle. I think she may have been interested in sending me a free bottle, but may have been headed off at the pass by some of the things I've said in the past, or somebody may have spoken to her and said Rich is not interested, which I am eternally grateful for, because I would hate to have to. I don't want to upset these people. You know what I mean? I don't want to upset. Like, Barbara Herman's brand's really good, a really good quality fragrance. You know, I don't need free bottles to be able to tell you that. You know, don't need them. Don't need free bottles. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. You know. It's what I call gigging the system, but it's not. I don't expect people to understand that. It's gimmicks. You know. It's like, I send you, even the people who say they receive free bottles and if they don't like them, they just don't talk about them. Right? To me, that's still not. That's not enough. To me, that's not enough. I don't want to see free bottles. Do what I do and just get samples. I would like to see sample sets being sent out. I'd like to see samples being sent out for free. You know? The Filippo Sorcinelli one, we'll take that as an example. Right? No, we won't. We'll take the Maison Rabachi one, for example, right? And it's nothing to do with Maison Rabachi. I'm simply using this as an example, right? Say Maison Rabachi sent this out to all of the usual suspects, right? All of them. We know who we're talking about, but we won't be libeling people here. Well, we won't be libeling people even if you named them, to be fair. Say Maison Rabachi sent this out, or any other brand. This isn't a slight on Maison Rabachi at all. Instead of sending free bottles, I don't know if Rabachi sends out free bottles. I hope not, but maybe they do. I'm unaware if they do. Now, say an influencer was to get one of these sample houses, and they said they liked Rose Rabachi, all right, and that they didn't like Patchouli Feu, or Feu de Patchouli, Feu Patchouli, all right, and say this influencer a couple of weeks later bought a bottle of Rose Rabachi, right? That is a massive statement. You know, let's see you put your fucking money where your mouth is. All of my bottles I have bought, except a couple. And the perfumes that I haven't bought, stuff like Incense Avignon, was gifted to me by a subscriber. In Incense Avignon's case, it was Spy and Mash, who was on holiday, and I hope he's having a fantastic time. And Spy and Mash is a friend, right? I have given bottles away to people myself. I've given sample sets away to people. The Parfum de Marly one, not the fucking Parfum de Marly one, Jesus. Not the Parfum de Marly one. I don't have anything to do with them fuckers. The Etat Libre d'Orange one I gave to Richie G, who doesn't have a channel. I gave the Lorenzo Villarese one to Smurfy Girly, right? Giving bottles and stuff to your friends that you have bought is not a problem, you know, because it's not transactional. It's a gift. Right, Stefano's proper sound as fuck. That's who Spy and Mash is. He's proper sound as fuck for sending me that. I really appreciate it. You never know, one day I might send him something, but he's trying to cut down on the number of bottles he's got, so. It would be much more of a statement if samples were to be sent out, somebody discovered something that they really loved and then bought it with their own money. You know? But I don't, the nature of the community now, right, is so toxic. The pool is so poisoned. The well is so poisoned, right, that I'm reluctant. If a brand was to say, we'd like to send you a sample set, I don't think I would accept it. Because it's been tainted, it's been poisoned, right? It has been tainted and poisoned so much to the point now where the word free, right, is a 4-letter word. It's a swear word. You literally, I switch off as soon as I hear that word. Don't want to know. Not interested. I know what you're going to say. You know? Caveat emptor at all times, I say, come on. No, Bob, you're totally right. You have, as a consumer, right, you have to take responsibility for yourself. And there's fucking nothing worse than when you see someone in the comments blaming a fucking influencer for a purchase they've made blind, right? And I've raged against this before, Bob. I'm sure you'll remember. Bob is absolutely spot on. This is not just on the people who are talking to you on the thing. You have to take responsibility. It's your fucking money at the end of the day. Nobody's stealing it from you. You know? But there is two sides. Ramsey says, it's a great idea, Rich, but it'll never take hold. The brands will just skirt the system and they will get that free bottle that is worth thousands or tens of thousands of advertising for a $30 bottle. No, I totally agree. No, I'm not. It's like Bob said as well. I'm not divorced from reality. You know? I'm not divorced from reality. I totally agree with you. You're right. What I'm saying is that that is not something I'm going to do. You know, I don't have to do that, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not doing that. I won't do that. And I have been absolutely vehemently against it for years, right? And one of the things is that you shouldn't say things and then do the opposite. But that happens all the time as well, let's be honest. But I'm not going to. I don't have to. I sleep soundly at night knowing that I do not do this shit. If other people sleep soundly at night and that shit doesn't bother them, fair play to them. I'm happy for them. I'm just saying my standard is different. It's not better. It's not worse. Just take the free bottle and then shout all over it. They won't send you free bottles anymore. The thing is, once you've taken one, you know, I've had free bottles off Eugene. I won't talk about them. There are certain people out there who think that that's wrong. Because me and Eugene are so close that I should talk about it. I say me and Eugene are so close that I shouldn't talk about it. That is my personal opinion. And I've made a massive song and dance about it. I don't want to make a hypocrite of myself. I'll take Maison Ribachi out of there because it's actually nothing to do with them. To my knowledge, they've never engaged in any of this malarkey. I don't want to fight. I don't want it to become quite militant. You know what I mean? I don't want it to become this huge thing. Like, I'm not saying I'm better than anyone because I won't take free bottles. I just have observed, right? I know I'm ignoring the comments, and I don't mean to. But if I start reading the comments, I won't, like. Ramsey, I'll tell you them. I'll tell you me fucking. I'll tell you me honest things, but it'll be between me and you. I don't mind telling people if it's like a one-on-one thing. You know what I mean? Like when I'm in private, like if my mother came to us and said, "Oh, what do you think of those fragrances you got for free off Eugene?" I'd be like, I'm not going to be like, "Well, I can't tell you, Mum. Sorry." You know what I mean? Sorry, I can't speak about these. Like, it was sitting having dinner and stuff like that, and I'm like, "Oh, Mum, sorry, I can't talk about it." You know, I haven't signed the Official Secrets Act or anything like that. One of me, do you know what it is, right? If it had never happened before, I might be the first one who would do it. If nobody had ever got free bottles from the industry before, right? And Eugene had released this brand and said, "Will you go on and just tell people what you honestly think of them?" Then I might have done it because it wouldn't be such a toxic fucking environment. But the fact of the matter is, it is a toxic environment. I think it's irresponsible. I think the level to which it's at now is so irresponsible, and it's so gamed. The system is so gamed, right? That you just cannot be. You cannot be objective. You can't. It feels fucking great. When Eugene sent me his not only did Eugene send me all 3 of his fragrances, right? He sent me them months before they were released. I was fucking buzzing. I was like, ha! These are just all mine. You know, nobody else has smelled them. This is fantastic. I'm loving just the fact that I'd got them. Not my opinions on the scents, just the fact that I'd got them. Right? I suppose the thing is that I don't trust myself, to be honest, if I haven't put my money down on it. You know? Regardless of everything else, right? Regardless of everything else, at the end of the day, I don't trust myself to be objective and honest. You know? I suppose there's another side to that. If you spend a lot of money on a fragrance and it's a bad purchase, right? Can you try and convince yourself that it's better than it is? You know? You've got to be self-aware. It's like Bob said before, it's caveat emptor, right? It's as me as a buyer, right? Me as a buyer, right? I'm responsible for my money. I'm responsible for what I do. I have to take personal responsibility. Me taking personal responsibility is knowing myself well enough, right, to not accept free bottles and free shit, right? I know myself that I would just sit there and, this is fucking great. I can't believe I'm so honored. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful. I want to give back to you. And that's the point. It's transactional. It is a transaction. It's not. It's fucking being paid in kind. You know, some people are more open and honest about it than others. Some people try and pretend that it's not the way that it is, but they're wrong. And the fact of the matter is, right? The fact of the matter is, right, is that people who will tell you that they aren't influenced by this aren't just lying to you, they're lying to themselves. And they're telling themselves whoppers. They're massive lies they're telling themselves. I can fucking do this, no problem. You can't. You can't. You know? It's transactional. It is a transaction. I see a lot of people mentioning Persolaise, right? Persolaise goes to dinners. I like Persolaise. I do. I think personally is very professional. He's very, very well spoken. I wish I was half as well spoken as he is. It may or may not have occurred to you that I am not as well spoken as Purcell is. I think he's a fantastic reviewer. I watch his channel, right? Loads of his stuff is sent to him for free. Right? Loads of his stuff is sent to him for free because he's highly respected in the industry. I agree, Purcell is a good egg. Right? Purcell is a good egg. But that's where Bob's point about caveat emptor comes in. You have to bear in mind, not only does Purcell get free bottles, right? He gets hospitality. He goes to dinners. He's taken very seriously by the industry, you know. All these reviews, all these reviewers, again, back to the caveat emptor point, all of these, you should treat these people as if they are advisory. Videos are advisory. Get comments. Ramsey will be able to back us up on this, right? You will get comments all the time. Should I blind buy this? Mate, you should not blind buy fucking anything. But Rich, you blind buy stuff. Yes, right? But I'll tell you something else. When I was first watching fragrance content, right, I was stung a couple of times and I learned early on that you shouldn't just blind buy shit that somebody you're watching tells you to. What they're telling you is that they like it. The problem with free bottles is that the cynicism is that sometimes they will tell you they like something that they don't because they got it for free. That's cynicism, and it's the cynicism that we don't like. You'll have people who try to mitigate this by not reviewing the things that they're sent for free if they don't like them, which is less cynical, and it's in better faith, but you're still getting stuff for free. Like, Ramsey, does that or does that not happen? People saying, because I've seen it over the years, man. I've been watching fragrance videos for like the best part of like 12 years, man. It's crazy the amount of comments I've seen. Should I blind buy this? It's mental. It's mental. I never blind buy alone. I never blind buy, let alone buy soon nowadays. Only have to live with a sample for at least 2 months. You can change your opinion on fragrances all the time. It's the state that we are in. You know, everybody here watching, I see there's 50 people, 51 people watching, listening to us rant about how fucking how things have gotten so bad, and they have. It's really terrible out there. And do you know what it is? The content creators, right? Again, back to the caveat emptor, what are they doing? They're creating content for people. They are literally looking at what videos are getting watched, right? And they're thinking, do more of that. You know what I mean? It's like Pavlov's fucking dog. Right? Do more of that. You are incentivized to do more of this because it creates more, you get more numbers. You know? Everything's about fucking numbers. If everything was about numbers to me, right, I wouldn't do first impressions. On my last first impressions video, right, it's a couple of days old, I got 150, 160 people watching it. Right? Like, that is not great numbers. Do you know what I mean? But I do it because that's like my natural, that is how I operate. I get sample sets, right? And then I try them, and if I like something, I fucking buy it. Case in point. Right? Case in point. Just dropped, oh fuck knows how much this was. I think this was like 180 quid. I try not to think about the prices. You know what I mean? But like, blind buy blind buy, and I mean, Anuja's just said it. If you blind buy and then you rage about it afterwards, the fact that you've bought it and you bought it on somebody else's word, right? It's not. Anuj says you need to give your head a wobble. I'd say you need a slap. Somebody needs to come along and just grab you by the fucking like the shoulders and shake you and just across the face. It's crazy. Hello, Lane Lucafor. How are you? It's crazy the lack of like personal responsibility take, but it works both ways. You've got responsibility to other people as well, especially when you're spreading messages like that. You know, why is it other people should suffer because you want an extra couple of quid? Because you want extra bottles. People's real character comes out when you see people in these moments, you know, when they're incentivized to do something that they don't think that they know isn't going to be in line with the truth, or isn't going to be in line, and yet they do it anyway. That's cynicism. You know, that's bad. That's a lack of character, that. Paolo says there's no such thing as a safe blind buy. The amount of times you see videos with blind buy safe blind buy, successful blind buy. Don't get us wrong. Loads of fragrances I have blind bought have been fucking sensational, right? Because what I did is, again, caveat emptor, right, is I found the people, robes await, brilliant thing. I found my taste aligned with robes await for certain things, and I figured that out. And I knew that I could listen to robes await, and I would get a pretty good. I could get a pretty good feel of what I was going to like and what I wasn't going to like, based on what he said about it. That was me learning that I could understand what he was saying, right? And I've bought fragrances blind on what he said before, and most of them worked out well. A few of them haven't, but most of them have worked out well. Okay, that's my responsibility. And never once have I gone back to robes and said, you did this to me. Yeah, but if you love Iris, then surely Dior Homme would be a safe blind. But what if you love Iris, but you don't like chocolate? It's got that chocolateness to it. Chocolateness? Chocolatiness. You know? What if you don't like that? There's the original, the Dior Homme. Renata says, don't influencers mean safe blind buy is actually a proper crowd pleaser? Some people, right, this is what a lot of people have been reduced to. You know, some people have been reduced to, like, I don't care if I like it as long as other people do, and that says a lot about somebody. You know, that's it. I mean, you are a small, damaged individual if that is what you are. If that is your main goal in life. Also, if you truly believe, I think this is overplayed, right? But if you truly believe that fragrances are going to get you laid, if they're going to get you a girlfriend, if they're going to get you positive attention, somebody may say, you smell really nice. But that's it. They don't want to fuck you. All right? Hey, I really like that smell. I know. That smells really nice. What's it called? Oh, it's called Dior Homme. Oh, that's great. I'm going to buy it for my boyfriend. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what they're asking for. They're not asking because they want to fuck you. You know? Jesus Christ. It makes you worry as well. Some people shouldn't be allowed out in public, like. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. And yet, it's a rich vein for creators. It's a rich vein for creators to mine as far as numbers are concerned, and numbers are all important. Right? If a girl sleeps with you because of a fragrance, you've got bigger issues to deal with. Yeah, exactly. You want to be down the gum clinic the next day, getting yourself checked if she's dropping her knickers for a fragrance. Absolutely. Girls are not sleeping with you. Loads of men where I live don't wear fragrance regularly. right? And yet they still managed to get their leg over. Fragrances won't stop you looking like a fat bastard from Austin Powers. You'd just be nice smelling fat bastard. Exactly. Exactly. It's crazy. It's crazy the state of the ecosystem at the minute. Right? The state of like I don't want to say the state of the community in general, but the state of the community in general, like the watchers and the creators, we've got into a death spiral, right? We've gone into a death spiral, whereas it's like it's a negative. Well, I mean, people say it's a positive feedback loop. It's a negative feedback loop. You know, it's massively negative. Ramsey says, I just discovered Oda Jerks on Reddit yesterday. Hilarious. You're only saying that because they're nice to you. But that's kind of the point. Like, they're nice to you because you're not you're not like talking shit. You're not that's what it is, as well. People feel patronized. Those people on Oda Jerks feel patronized. I don't go on Oda Jerks. Right, I get sent screenshots and links all the time to it, right? But I think Oda Jerks has a place. Loads of people are like, oh, I should shut it down. It's terrible. It's awful. Listen to the people who are saying that. They're the ones who are being attacked by them, right? Never thinking for a single moment, why am I being spoken about like this by these random people I don't know? Right, some of the stuff on there, I've got no doubt, because it's the internet and especially because it's Reddit, will go too far. Right, you can guarantee that. But in all of these things, there's always a pearl of wisdom, like a tiny little grain of truth, and they ignore it. And they have and what they want to do is they want to have no criticism of them because it spoils their little fucking game. It spoils their little fucking fun, their gig that they've got going on. You know? Everybody's too comfortable in that little fucking land where they fucking get stuff for free and they put out videos and they profit because of the AdSense revenue, and they profit because of they're getting free bottles which they can then sell on, right? And if you make an art of it, you can make a lot of money, right? And the brands save a lot of money. They say it as like like the future of marketing is stuff like Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all that sort of thing. It's a lot cheaper than paying Dua Lipa to show her flaps off on fucking TV. It's a nightmare. I've said this on this channel before. I am a punter. Right? I don't even consider myself a reviewer. I consider people like Eugene and even Ramsey, I say even Ramsey, that's not what I meant. I consider people like Ramsey, Eugene, Persiles, fucking Robes Away, Christo. I consider them reviewers. I consider myself like a consumer more than I consider myself anything like a reviewer. It's I don't feel qualified. I don't know whether that's because I feel like an imposter. I don't know whether it's because I feel like fucking I don't want to be lumped in with the rest of the people who are quote unquote reviewers. I certainly don't want to be lumped in with those, and I'm sure they don't want to be lumped in with me, but I'm fine by that. What use is it being held in high esteem by people like that? Mental. I need to dehydrate, and I need to just pour a bucket of water over my head before I fucking before I explode. I will be 2 minutes. Keep your Keep yourselves entertained or something. I'll be back. Welcome, friends. Once again, I have returned. Oy, oy. I feel better for that, I won't lie to you. It's something that just bubbles to the surface every once in a while. Ugh. You know, that is simply my opinion. I'm not trying to claim any sort of... I'm an observer, a watcher. You know, I'm much more a subscriber than I am a fucking content creator, even though I create content. I definitely consider myself a punter, you know, a consumer. View from the other side. When you see people get whole lines of Roger, the whole line. The Parfums Cologne, when the Parfums Colognes were coming out, people are apparently now starting to get free bottles. People are now starting to get free bottles, according to Ramsey, of that Rose, the new one that he's released. £750 fragrance for nothing. You know? And a lot of these people as well, right, it is a legal requirement on YouTube to tell you that it includes paid promotion. That is a paid promotion. You are being paid in kind. The only YouTuber I've ever seen do it, right, is Deva, who I have a massive amount of respect for. Deva is an OG. Deva is a good person. If I had children, I would leave them alone with Deva, right? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Deva is good people. He's honest. He's upfront. Like, I thought this before he did that. Before he posted that he... before he got to telling people that he'd received stuff for free. Mike says, typhoid, free bottles falls under a paid review. Yeah, I'm not a grass, I'm not a snitch, and I don't want to fucking do anything, but, I mean, report them? I wouldn't, personally. But if they did get reported, would I feel bad for them? No. Would I leave my kids with Audrey and Jura? No, they just get overexcited. They'd just get overexcited. I'm sure David would take like good care of them and stuff, and like they'd be in bed at the right time and stuff. Audrey, Jane and Jura Rose would just trash the house. It'd be them writing on the walls. It'd be the kids trying to keep them under God. They just says, what's queer canage like? I'll send you it when I eventually send you this bloody package. That was what I was going to do on this stream, DJ. I was going to sit and decant fragrances for you. I will do it, mate. Brian giving the opposite thing, where he said, giving like the opposition view, which is needed, to be fair, because I'm shitting all over these people, and it's like, it's not. I mean, it's not balanced. Let's be honest, because you know my opinion. So, and Brian's sound. I've received €2,000 in free Rogers and refused the last. Excuse me. Hold on. I've received €2,000 in free Rogers and refused the last €450 collab because I knew I wouldn't like it. Really not that hard to keep having some standards, and yet so many fall short. How many people do you think, right, Brian, would have took that bottle, said they liked it, and then sold it? You know? And to be fair to you always post paid promotion, don't you? You always put on your Instagram, right, that it includes a paid promotion. I've seen it because people have sent us screenshots. I think Eugene sent us a screenshot because me and him were talking about it. Talking about people who do and don't put includes paid promotion on. And you had I don't want to like betray anything, like any sort of like personal information here. You would like receive 2 of them. You'd bought and paid for them, and you'd got the last one for free. So, in fairness to Brian and Eugene, had showed us where you had posted the last one. It was as a paid promotion, which is fair play. You can't argue with that. I'm not like again, I'm not divorced from reality, and Ramsey said it before, it's never going to stop. It isn't going to stop. You know, it's too much money at stake. It's like drugs. Drugs are illegal, therefore you can't get illegal drugs. Well, no, you can. You know what I mean? Just not legally. Whereas Brian does it legally. Brian literally puts up paid promotion. I would like to see that. If I could make one change, realistic change, it would be that all these people always said, as not just in the video, but like officially with the little mark on the video that says includes paid promotion. I would just like to see one time Stephen say he hates one of those $750 free bottles. It would be fun. Stephen gets less views than Rich, says Pradeep. Do you know what it is? People know. People know when you're lying. You know? Corporations and the people who do their bidding think you can see you as a consumer, as someone who is a number, a box to be ticked. They don't see you as a human where you have insight and you have insight and you have like intuition, and you are like like you have a full spectrum of emotion, and you can tell when people are fucking lying to you. Too clever by half. People are using Stephen as the from Red Lessons as the standard for shills and stuff like that, and he's pretty big. He's pretty big on it, you know. He's got 200,000. He's got 200,000 subscribers, and he regularly gets 1,500 people, 2,000 people watching him. Fuck. That is rough as guts. I wonder what he thinks of that. Like, genuinely, I wonder what he thinks of that. Excuse me whilst I rage. Not rage. I'm ranting rather than raging. You know. The problem is, right, is that for all who pays for these free bottles for these reviewers, right? It's you. It's the consumer. If something is free, you are the product. All right. I sent you that screenshot of the Original history of a tile collection, Rich. We both posted our videos 3 months ago, and his video got 200 views more than mine. Yeah. I heard Zaharoff say once that he caught an influencer. Yeah, it was Mr. Zayas. I heard Zaharoff say once that he caught an influencer selling a bottle he had given to him for free and got in touch with him to tell him it's not cool, or he was selling decants, something along those lines. I mean, once it's their bottle, you can do whatever you want with it. You know? It's easy, but the thing is that if I say completely different from Zaharoff, say I bought a bottle of fucking a bottle of Towers or Côte de Desert, like or Côte de Desert, right? I didn't know it was illegal, DJ. It's 100% not illegal. I don't know, but say I bought a bottle of Au Côte de Desert and then I wanted to sell it. It's my bottle. I'll fucking sell it if I want. You know. You were given something for free. You were gifted it. It was trash because apparently Zayas asked for the bottles, which is where you go wrong to start with. Yes, that's something. That is something that is outrageous. That you go round asking. Apparently. Stephen Renaissance does that as well, apparently, allegedly. Apparently there are screenshots out there of the emails that he sends out to companies. Things called rate lists as well. Some of the bigger channels have rate lists, you know. I hope these companies who are sending out free bottles do research on how many views these channels actually get. I'm also convinced that there are a few of these channels that buy views and subscribers. I'm not saying that about Stephen specifically. But, some of these channels really are doing that. There are some channels, I mean, that fucking, what's he called? School of Scent, that is unnatural growth. He has had unnatural growth. My opinion, I think he's buying subscribers and views. Oh, an itchy ear. What a stream. Kazim says, Mr. Smelly broke my heart. He went from a legit review to a clickbait. I didn't see what that said. Mr. Smelly broke my heart. He went from a legit reviewer to a clickbait gossip queen. I think he got bored, if you want my opinion on it. I think he got bored of the community. And one of the worst things you can do is chase numbers, personally. But that's his business. You know what I mean? That's his business. I don't think. I think he used to, because he used to do. I mean, I unsubscribed from Mr. Smelly a long time ago because of like you say, the content that he makes now wasn't the content that I necessarily want to watch. So I just unsubscribed. You know what I mean? And he started having fucking gammy cuddles on there, so fuck that shit. You know what I mean? Who wants to fucking watch that? So I unsubscribe. Best thing you can do. Don't make a song and dance about it. Don't fucking bitch and complain. Don't fucking think that you're fucking entitled for this person to do what you want them to do all the time. Just don't watch. You know, you don't have to watch it. Like people say all the time. If you don't like it, you don't have to fucking watch it. You know? So I don't. And I stopped. Which is the best thing to do for anybody in these situations. Like Stephen. People just don't watch his content anymore. What happened to Rene? Rene Zayas? I think he just fell off, didn't he? Just wasn't honest. Keep it that way. Cuddles is the funniest name I have heard. No idea who he is. I'd keep it that way. He's a complete freak, like. But to be honest with you, I was in a bad mood a couple of weeks ago, so I decided to go and fucking find him and take my shit out on him. And then I was like, oh, I wish I hadn't done that. He's gonna want to think I want to talk to him now, the fucking gimp. Do you know what I mean? I ignored him for years and drove him up the fucking wall, the sad little cunt. Now he'll think I want to be fucking friends with him again. Nobody wants to be friends with you, man. You're a fucking burden. Man says he's driving a long haul truck now. Seriously, I follow him on Instagram. Rene? Cuddles is the funniest name. Rene? Are we talking about the same Rene? Rene Zayas. He's driving long haul truck. Everybody's creased sick. Oh, don't question your blessings. Yes. That is right. But warm in here. Is it not? Duck, you're raging today. I am raging, Duck. I'm not really. I swear if I saw more than 5 minutes of cuddles, it would just fly off my face. It's just fucking weird, cunt. Everybody thinks it's funny. You know what I mean? What I don't like about it is everybody's got double standards when it comes to him. If you say the shit that he comes out with, then you're terrible. You know, if you drop down to his level, you're terrible. But he maintains his level all the time. He's fine. It's just cuddles. You know what he's like. Fuck him. Reminds me of that pigeon lady in Home Alone. It was quiet today. Lots of people out with t-shirts, says Brody. Who's this Rene? It was warm. Lying uncut gem is all I need to know of someone's opinion, says DJ. Oh, it's fucking foul. Michael John trying to cause riots in the chat by saying that Leon is the best. It is not. Hasn't the time flown while I've raged? You can tell I haven't streamed for a few days. I haven't been feeling too well, actually. DJ feels like I feel like eating some Skittles. I think the reason people like the Raging Duck is because you know I'm being honest. And it's a lot easier to take when someone's being honest. I'm like, there's no, like, I'm not bullshitting, you know? Rachel says, we just went to the car show in Chicago. Now I want a new car. You've been influenced. You've been influenced. You're the perfect punter. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my fucking camera to focus. I haven't disagreed with a word you've said, Rich, says Joe. I'm not just lashing out. Who's Cuddle, says DJ? No, mate, just don't. Just don't. He's a gimp. Just a mental and physical gimp. People are like, oh, he's not like that in real life, mate. That makes it worse, not better. You know what I mean? I'm not getting onto that subject. Fuck that. Rachel, I hope you've got 6 figures set aside. Yo, honestly, right? I want that remake of the Acura Integra with the 5-speed transmission. Rachel, I had the original Integra. Mine was a 1999, I want to say, maybe a 2000. Brilliant. The best handling front-wheel drive car ever. What a fucking machine that was. What's everybody laughing at? Galen says, I always tell people that Eugene isn't as terrible as he comes across in his videos. Whew. Doug, I did too. Mine was in 1995. Ooh. Car prices are scandalous. Like, my car's been in the garage this week. I needed a new fan belt and a new tensioner. And then the motherfuckers, right? Do you know what? Right? We don't need you to add blood pressure up to your medications, Doug. Way ahead of you, mate. Way ahead of you. I have actually been put on blood pressure medication. Would you believe? I am fucked. Fucked. This channel will stand as a fucking monument to my outrageousness. The best price car is a bus ticket? Absolutely not. Behave. You're young, so I'll let you off. They want you to be on the buses so you can't control where you're going. And they can. You need a car, trust us. Why is it the previous generations got to have all these things and we're not allowed them? Fucking boomers. Took everything and left nothing for the rest of us. Sorry, I'm not getting on that tangent neither, like. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Hi, Rich and friends. Hello, Professor Melvin. Not important, Dev, unless you want your face chewed off. I had a 2000 Civic CI. It was the best car I've ever had, says James. I had a Civic Type R. I had the Honda Civic Type R, and that shit was fucking mint. Not as good as the Integra. The Integra had a smaller engine, but it was basically just made of tin foil. The Civic Type R was... Oh, fuck me, man. When is the Rich excuse me whilst I hydrate merch coming? I don't know. It's an anti-boomer rant now. It's not. It's not. I'm ranting. I've become very self-conscious of the fact that I'm getting a lot of people watching because I'm not talking about fragrances. I don't want to turn into that kind of channel. I want to talk about perfumes, you know. I understand the community aspect. I haven't worn myself out, Joe. I could go on. I'm not going to. Because if I feel self-righteous about something, like if I feel like I have, if I'm being honest and I can say it, then I'll say it. But I know that there is also the whole aspect of, like, just because you can say something doesn't mean that you should. You know what I mean? This is the thing people don't understand about free speech. You know? People are having to relearn that. I have a feeling every generation has to relearn these lessons every once in a while. Rich Mitch rages, frag comment shock, don't give him fucking ideas. Oh. Bought a Bob. I bought it with 60k, put 90k on it before selling it. Do you know what it is, right? Do you know what it is, Germs? That's nothing for a Honda. I know Americans call them Acuras, but they're not the Hondas. God knows why they didn't call them fucking Hondas in America. I just called them fucking Hondas. That's what they are. Fantastic cars. I'd have another Honda in a fucking heartbeat. I'm stuck with a Ford at the minute. Fucking hell. We have Hondas and Acuras. Jesus Christ. Well, then you've got it all. Fair play. I didn't know that was the case. I apologise. I was not familiar with your game. And I didn't realise this was the Acura. No, I live down the block from you. What happened to water off a duck's back, says Daryl. Oh, you don't know this, duck. I hold a lot of water, mate. I hold a lot of water. Acura. Acura is the high-end Honda. I don't know about that. It's hard to find cars with manual transmissions these days. It's hard to find cars with automatic transmissions. Automatics are shit. Do your job. Like, in this country, right, you can learn to drive a manual, and if you can drive a manual, you can also drive an automatic. But if you learn to drive an automatic, you're not allowed to drive a manual. You know, scandalous that I remember learning that for the first time that Americans didn't do manual transmissions. I was like, it's half the fun. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Hey, I drive an automatic. Some people do. Some people aren't interested. You know? If I could change one thing about America, would it be the culture wars? Would it be the fucking Western industrial military? No, it wouldn't. I'd make you all drive manual fucking cars just so you could get some enjoyment. You know, maybe that's why everyone's so angry at the minute. They haven't got manual transmissions to take it out on. You know? Oh dear. There are lots of things I would change, but you'd have to make us dictator for a while. I'd be a benevolent dictator though. I'd be good to you. Vintage manual transmission, says Bob. Yes. I've had a few really good cars in my time. Had a couple of Golf GTIs. Shit off a fucking stick. Americans loving balloons nowadays. Fucking somebody sent me a message the other day and they were like, I've outdone myself this year for Valentine's Day. I've got me wife a fucking hot air balloon tour across the United States. I was like, get in. Oh dear. I thought that was extremely funny. YouTube is evil, says Dev. Harsh. They even highlight the dev part in device. I thought someone asked me. This is an epic stream, says the news. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Automatic is so much better in heavy traffic. No. You must suffer for your art. You must suffer for your art. And driving is an art. More than a science. I've sent a balloon filled with Baccarat Rouge 540 to China as payback, says Brian. It's an overreaction. Let's be honest. You know, that's a bit harsh, Brian. You'll end up in The Hague. You probably already are in The Hague, are you? Is that not where you live? That's where the War Crimes Tribunal is, people, if you don't know these things. Oh, I've had a very fun stream tonight, friends. I don't know if I should stay on a little bit longer. This is on the level of Joe Rogan, don't accept no drugs or drink. Well, those people need drugs and drink. I'm not gonna lie to you, I've done all of that. I did that when I was younger. Like, I got that shit out of the way when I was a kid, like you're supposed to. Fuck, I can't do that. Can't even fucking smoke weed anymore because me fucking lungs. Not just me lungs don't like it, but me fucking damn. What I miss is Fat Boy. Welcome, Juan. I hope you're well, mate. Juan's been pumping out some content. It's an hour and 45 minutes from The Hague. Where you get there? I'm ready to accept the consequences of my actions, says Brian. He's done it for the greater good. You know, there is a defence in law that you committed a crime to stop a larger crime being committed by someone else. You know? I just think if you sent a balloon full of Baccarat Rouge 540 over to China, they would say that as a disproportionate use of force. You know? Chemical warfare. Chemical Bry. Baccarat Brian. That's what they'll call you. Jesus Christ. I can imagine you on drugs, Rich. Excuse me whilst I meditate. No, I can't do that shit. My mind won't take it anymore either. I just got over it. Like, that's not to say anybody who's like doing it now is like underdeveloped or anything like that. It just, for me, I like to keep an even keel now, you know. I'm just sort of over it. Get the bottle and a measly clone the frag and sell it back to us. Rich, did you try Osmanth Yunnan? Yes. Really love it, but it doesn't last at all. Osmanth Yunnan is the Hermes, isn't it? I wasn't big. I wasn't big on it. Kurdistan doesn't care if you like Baccarat Rouge 540 or not. Well, the thing is with it is that you only need like every 20th person to like it, because that one spray of Baccarat Rouge will cover the other 20 fucking people. Like, after this stream, everyone will stay off of Rich's lawn. I've got a totem pole in my garage. I should post a community post about it. Bought it from the auction. Totem pole. I was talking to my next door neighbour. I was like, do you know what I should do? I was like, I should put my totem pole in the middle of the garden outside the front of the house. That would keep people away, wouldn't it? I'm just old and grumpy. I'm old and grumpy at the age of 37, friends. I just want to be left alone by the masses. Or if people do come, they better be waving a white flag, high and wide. You know what else is shit? Why 1920? Fuck them. Absolute rotters. Ramsey Symphonium. Oh, fuck, that was awful. Symphonium's rotten. Baccarat Rouge is awful as well. Cooper Square by Bond Number 9. Agreed, Brown 1920 have very few good stuff. Brian, have you ever seen my video about how they fucking changed up the bottle and the box on us? Alright? They were putting eau de parfum bottles in eau de toilette boxes. I didn't want the reformulated one because they used to come as eau de toilette, and I love this fragrance. I really do. This is beautiful. Patchouli and sandalwood. Marvellous. Glorious. Love it. Perfect. That's just what I want. You know, got a little bit of greenness to it too. So I decided this is the eau de toilette, and I bought a bottle from a German site on Amazon, and it said eau de toilette, and when the box arrived, it was an eau de toilette. And I opened the box, and inside said box was a bottle of the eau de parfum. Fuming. Got in touch with them, they said, nope, since it was bought from a third-party seller, we won't take any responsibility for it. I said, you send out free fucking bottles all the time, you fucking shit cunts. You absolute bastards. And you won't replace my thing. They were like, oh no, all our bottles are eau de parfum now. Anyway, I was like, yeah, it's a shame your fucking boxes aren't as well, isn't it, dickheads? Piss off. Never shall you darken my towels again, wankers. It's an extremely watched video, that. And yeah, I think it's got loads of dislikes on it. But that is what happened. Never buy another Bois 1920 after that. No, I totally agree. I appreciate the solidarity as well, Ramsey. This stream is going to be used as evidence at Rich's involuntary commitment trial. Well, it's all honest, so bollocks to them. Know what I mean? I will note on the stand that I hadn't been charged with lying. You know what I mean? That's not the point, is it not? Sorry if I didn't lie. This goes to show, doesn't it? Everything's fucking bollocks. But it's not, though. That's harsh. Not everything is bollocks. I take great joy in some of the they can't handle the truth, you're right. I take great joy in some of the good stuff I see in the com, you know? Like some of the mates I've made, like Natalia, Ramsey, Eugene. Not Galen. Eternally cursed with Galen. But that's just, I mean, karma, that probably. Loads of people, loads of the subscribers, people who turn up here regularly. I often think about it. So like I get a feel for people's personalities through that comment. It's an amazing thing. You know? I hate to be positive, you know, I hate to bring down the tone of the stream. DJ, me and DJ have struck up a friendship. It's beautiful, you know. But the good thing is as well is that since I make my sort of since I make my sort of parameters, that's not the right word for it, like my feelings so well known and so obvious to people, right? People know where they can and can't go with us, which I think is just the best way to be, you know? If you're just open and honest and you have stuff out in the daylight and you're not trying to be Billy Bullshitter and you're not playing politics, right? You can disagree with people and still get on with them famously. Famously. It's brilliant. It's amazing. Sometimes you get on with people that you disagree with more often than you do with the people you actually fucking agree with. You know? Because you'll find that you're both being honest about stuff. Jura Rose is doing now. Jura Rose is sending me fucking YouTube videos. Little does he know that I have been raging on... What the fuck is that? Looks like purple weed. Are you getting high tonight, sunshine? What am I doing? I wish there could be a way to contact you in it, Rich. You seem like a nice chum. There is. There is a way. There is my email. Billy Bullshitter, says Anuj. Who likes that? You like Billy Bullshitter. You wait till you meet Billy Big Bollocks. People going around acting Billy Big Bollocks. You know what I mean? Thinking that hard. We need a fragrance reviewer called Billy Bullshitter. There's plenty of them, mate. They might not be called Billy Bullshitter, but they are Billy Bullshitters. Oh my God. I feel like I've had a large release tonight. Yeah, Rich seems really sound, says Kazim. Just not when he's yakking up mid-screen. Yeah, sorry about that. Again, I apologise profusely. Mike V, it's your calling. Do reviews mocking the shills as Billy Bullshitter. I dump on a lot of things, says DJ. Yes, so does Ramsey, to be fair. Ramsey shits on loads of stuff. So do I. I mean, most of the stuff I do in my first impressions is like I don't like it. It's pointless. It sucks. It blows. Reminds us of your mum in that respect. What did you release again? Says Pradeep. I was merely blowing chunks. I was merely blowing chunks. Yes, friends, my email is there for anybody who wishes to. I just don't wish to leave it up so that future viewers can just get a hold of it and some unsavory characters try and contact us. Oh my giddy aunt. Pardon me. It's Saturday, says Ramsey. Is everybody laughing at? What's being said? You should make this a weekly thing. Raging rich Fridays. Saturdays even. Hey, Ramsey, says Kazima, I recently watched your Amouage list, an absolute masterpiece of a video. I don't know where he gets it from, like the fucking, it's not just the work rate, right? It's the fucking inspiration, like. Some days I just wake up and I'm like, whoa, fuck now. What am I supposed to say? Do you know what I mean? And then some days like today, it just comes easy as fuck. You know? It's more like a temperament. His is like a solid, Ramsey's sort of like a solid 9, 8 all the time. It was like my level dips and I feel it, you know? Navitas is still killing me, says Bob. Anuj knows this community inside out. My compliments. Anuj is friends with everyone. Well, not everyone, but you know what I mean. For me, negative reactions range from meh to this is weird and not in a good way. Didn't have to gross out reaction to a perfume yet. You haven't smelled secretions magnifique yet. Taking poison, says Pradeep. That's on Thursday nights, mate. Before I go to bed. I'm at the same at work, steady and consistent, playing the long game. It's the best way to be. It's all the successful people play the long game, like. I guess Cubano calling himself ball sprayer would be the current closest thing to Billy bullshit, alright? Only in sound. I'll say this about Cubano, he doesn't pretend to be something he's not. You know? Cuba, Angel, people call him Angel. I'm pretty sure that it should be Angel, but I'll call him Susan if it makes him happy. He doesn't pretend to be something he's not. He is like, he's genuine, and he sees fragrance as like being his medium for like, and there's room for that. That's sound. He does not sit there and try and tell you that he's like the world's greatest reviewer, this, that, and the other. He's there to entertain. What does he call himself? A entertainer. That's quite sound. I don't watch him because that's not the content I want to watch, you know. But I think he's sound. Like I don't have any problem with him at all. I think he's like, not that he needs me seal of not that anybody needs me seal of approval. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't rag on him. I wouldn't include him in other like shit lists that I've got. Oh, how come you've got an extra fucking 15 minutes out of us tonight? Ram says, don't watch any of them anymore. I'd rather watch old Robes Await videos. Yeah, I'd do that as well. Ashton's like James Cameron making avatars for the rest of his life. I don't criticise Ashton. I think Ashton's still got a decent... Ashton's in a decent... Like, he's a decent person in a decent place. Slightly disappointed with the new channel. Thought he was going to do more sort of talking about stuff like, I don't know, the unpopular stuff, but it really, it's... Good night, Joe. Thank you for turning up. I got your email, by the way. I'll respond to you when I'm finished. But I think Ashton's videos on his other channel, I get what he's doing on his channel. Every day puts a video out at like fucking 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. British time. And he's using it as like a fucking... he must be making a fucking fortune off it. You know, supplementing his income, something chronic. It must be lovely for him. I'm happy for him because I think he's a good dude in the community, right? I just wish, because I know what sort of fragrances he loves, I wish he would talk about them more as well. You know, I miss when he used to make that content. Does that make sense? like Ashton's got this kind of limit, the same way that I've got it. Like, he'll sit there and it would upset the mob. Well, the thing is that he doesn't want to do it. Honestly, he's laid a golden egg with his channel. Like, I get it. Like, but he gets like loads of engagement. He regularly gets 30,000, 50,000 views on a video. You know, remember when Ashton wore his wife's t-shirts? I think he still does from time to time. He's he I just wish on Extra Gent Sense he would talk about more of the stuff that I know he loves, like his vintage fragrances, like his rare and discontinued fragrances, like show the passion that I know that he's got for it. You know? That's kind of like, I don't want to say I'm not angry, I'm disappointed, but Galen's basically said it, unsubbed from Extra Gent Sense. It's the same garbage with fewer views. It does feel a bit like that, I'll be honest. It's the same. He's talking about Boss Bottle something tonight, and it wasn't the original Boss Bottle. If it was the original Boss Bottle, I could watch that video. You know, one of the billion flankers about it. You know, like it's like what's remarkable I find about him is he still finds a way to be like sort of enthused about it. But then again, I suppose you would be if you were making the type of money that he must surely be making. You know, on the AdSense, on the fucking like the promotion codes and stuff like that. It does feel like I'm being a little bit arbitrary by saying that I still think Ashton's fucking sound, whereas all these other people are terrible, but I smell these fucking Navitus. Was it Navitus line? Or what was it, Galleria they were called? Fucking poor stuff. I was disappointed, I won't lie. Ashton hates the videos he churns out daily. Reminds me of the angry video game nerd hating his life. Galleria, basically Navitus. I think he generally likes what he likes, just not to my taste, says Fosco. I think he's decent people. I think he's much less cynical. That's probably the best way of putting it. I wouldn't call him a cynic. But sorry, I'm just spraying the Enchanted Forest. God, I fucking love it. My only regret is not buying it sooner. Stupid, man. I need to head off. Match of the day's coming on to watch the Redmen win. Appreciate the live stream and overall content. Richie, you're a legend. Thank you, Kazim. Please come back soon. We got fucking spanked today. It was a terrible match for Newcastle today. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. Fucking hell. He seems to like everything nowadays, not to offend anyone. I wouldn't go as far as to say that he likes everything. Like. John Matthews says, if you watch a video of Ashton's from around 5 years ago and compare it to what you see to one today, it feels pretty different. No, I understand, but it's very difficult. I mean, if you were to like film yourself from 5 years ago and then film yourself doing the same thing today, you'd react differently, you know? So I understand that. I get that. But I also understand the point you're making. And you're right. He has... I just get the feeling that he's not making the content that he necessarily wants to make. He's making the content he knows works on Gent Sense, and it's become such a big thing now. It's become such a big thing now that he doesn't want to fuck it up, you know? Extra Gent Sense... Extra Gent Sense I would prefer it if it was different, put it like that. You really have to love something to be doing daily videos on it for 5 years, says Ramsey. I mean, yes. Timmy puts his videos together. Yes, that's true. I don't know how granny porn actresses appear pretty enthused, says James. Good lord. What are you in it for? To be the one of the popular ones, or to do what you feel like doing? I feel it's often hypocritical. I definitely fall into the second category there. Not because I think that's edgy or cool, but because like I couldn't do it if I didn't enjoy it. You know, I couldn't. Like, I'm fucking shit at lies. I mean, don't get us wrong. I'm not saying that I never lie, because I don't think that there's anybody who never lies. You know, but God, that Enchanted Forest is sensational. The top is anyway. All the good ones quit or make a video a year and then complain about the state of the community. At least he's still making content. It was Galleria, but it was the same company that backed Navitus. He just didn't want to join under Stephen and made his own. Yeah. Ashton hates... Oh, sorry, I've read that. Can you imagine Galen talking about boss number 6? That would be top balloons. They just do the same crap over and over again, says Sab. Hello, Andy. It's all about advertising something new. I really don't like that content. Yeah. It's all about getting paid. Oh, yeah, right. And it's a shame, because there's some good people have gone that way, you know. Like, I don't want to cast aspersions, like we were talking about Stephen before. I don't want to cast aspersions on like his fucking private life and he's like his character as like a man and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure he's a fucking like a wonderful father and a good friend and stuff like that. Just the shit with the YouTube and stuff. It's not. I'm just replying to Dev. Have I kept you up past your bedtime, Dev? I think I might do a fundraising stream this week. Ah, Dev, good night. I might do a fundraising stream this week to raise money for a cat who needs help with his vet bills. He's in a bad way, or he was in a bad way, but the vet has helped, and the cat is feeling better. Even if it's just like even if it's just something, do you know what I mean? Galen was talking about paying the whole bill this morning. But I think he's come out of that mania by now. Oh! I'd throw in for that, says James. Yeah, I think a few people would like that. I would think it was a worthy cause, the old cat. He's actually a young cat. He's only 2 years old. I'll show you a picture. Bless him. He's called Max. Max the cat. Where is this video? Not a video, sorry. They're going to visit him again tomorrow. Here he is. Let me show you. That's him. He's not very well at the minute, bless him. He's got a tube in his neck. He's got a tube in his leg. He's had surgery because they thought he had a mass in his intestine. But he doesn't. His stomach and his lungs were filling with fluid, but they have given him some meds and he is feeling a bit better. But he's been in hospital. He's been in cat hospital for like a week, but he's feeling a lot better. which is good. But the vet's got to be paid too. That looks sad. Poor little thing. Yeah, I know. It's really sad, bless him. And the parents, he's their baby. You know what I mean? Like me mate, well, Richie G was upset the other day. He was like, fucking hell, I went to see him, and like when I came out, it like hit him. Do you know what I mean? If you've had pets and stuff, you know, you'll understand. So yes, I'm thinking of doing that next week. Let me know what you think. Oh dear. We'll give it another 5 minutes, friends, and then I'm going to go. Say I've stopped ranting and people have stopped watching now. Drama channel. I don't know. Jesus Christ, his vet stays £400 a day. God, how the fuck? We're in the wrong game. Jesus. His wife's just texted us this, and Jesus. This year we convinced Eugene to buy Chanel Gardenia. That's a really strange one for me. That I've asked Eugene quite a few times about that. Why won't you buy fucking Gardenia? And he's like, I don't know. He's been evasive. Maybe he just thinks it's shit, you know. But it would finish the collection. Maybe that's the problem with it. It would finish the collection, and he doesn't want to finish the collection. He wants to keep it. I don't know this. I'm just speculating. Oh, I might pop to McDonald's, see if I can get a. What can I get? I will see if I can get a milkshake or some kind of burger, maybe a wrap, a chicken wrap. I like that chicken wrap. They're fucking great. Oh. Well, friends, if you would care to like the stream, if that's your thing, if you have liked the stream. Yes, Kazim, I did notice that. I'm going to text you. I'm going to text you. I will text you when I finish the stream, or email you, or message you on Coffee. I appreciate it, Kazim. Thank you. Oh. DJ says, night, I must sleep. Yeah, I'm going in a couple of minutes as well. Gardenia is lovely. I think he knows, but just wants to keep something to look forward to in his favourite line. You may very well be correct. You may very well be correct. Who knows? He is not telling. Oh, that enchanted forest is fucking glorious, mind. It's fucking sensational. Excuse me. Oh, tired. Oh, yeah, looking forward to stuff is just as enjoyable as buying stuff and receiving it. No, I agree. Looking forward to stuff is like, I've watched this video from a channel called Robin Waldron, and he talks about literature. And he did a video about Waiting for Godot, which is a Samuel Beckett play. And he was talking about the fact that people spend most of their time waiting for something. Everybody does. You're always waiting for something, you know? Everybody's always waiting for something, and then everyone gets this feeling that when this thing eventually comes, right, that we'll be able to release the tension and that we can just sit back and chill and take in everything that has been leading up to it. But humans are so fucking predisposed to looking forward to things that they fucking that they just, as soon as the thing they've waited for all this time comes, they move on to the next thing to wait for. And everybody spends their entire life waiting. That's an extremely interesting point. You know? Extremely interesting point. And I've been thinking about it for a while. And it's true, you know? It's true. Anyway, you had an extra half an hour out of us tonight. I have ranted enough. You're all here for the drama. You rascal. Well, not the 25 people watching now, but the 50 people who were in before were fucking buzzing off the drama. Not to worry, though. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I appreciate everyone who has liked and commented and watched and lurked, because there certainly wasn't 50 people commenting in the chat. I hope you have enjoyed it as I have. And I will see you all again soon. Tomorrow I will be doing a fragrance rotation video. That'll be fun, as it always is. And we will see. I'll see you all again then. Goodbye, everyone.